So when you want to hire freelancer on the platforms, the first thing and very important is that you have to gather your requirements in detail. Detail means every single step of the work that you need to get done. For example, if you want an application, then you need to design the flow of the application and the user interface of the application and how you want the back end to structure, and every single thing you need to put it all together and get the freelancer agreement on the task that you are discussing. Otherwise, what will happen is if you want additional requirements or additional stuff on your projects, there will always be a disagreement on the budget, on the time, or many different things. So very important is that you have to get your requirements and get agreement with the freelancer so that you are on the same picture of what needs to be done. And the second thing is select freelancers with good ratings and reviews only. There are many people who are not actually good at what they do, but they try to earn additional income jobs. So what they do is they apply for your job and they try to get things done, but they cannot. So in this case, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you get the right person to work for your project within the timeline that you assign to it. And if you are to go for people without good ratings and reviews, then you will most likely end up with a person not capable of finishing the projects, and you may have to find another freelancer to do it for you. And that's waste of time, and then sometimes it's a waste of money as well. And the third one is there are pros and cons of hiring agency and individual developers. On the one hand, if you hire the agency, you can be sure of the quality work because they have developers, they have quality assurance, they have backend guys, and they are pretty much well equipped with the skills that you need for your project. But most agencies prefer to work on hourly basis because that way when they put more hours they can charge more, and it's understandable that they have to pay for their staff and they have to make the ends meet for the agency or the company. On the other hand, the individual developers, if you can find a full stack individual developer, it can be very cost effective because you don't have to hire a lot of people for the work that you need to get done. But when you hire a full stack individual developer, they will not be good at testing or quality assurance. So you have to balance between quality and the budgets that you have for your project. Number 4, as I mentioned, you have to communicate freelancer before granting the projects, which is in a way is a screening process for your freelancers. For example, if you try to hire a freelancer who is really good at web development, and if you talk to the freelancer and he sounds like he's not that good, then you can avoid hiring that person. And trust me, there are many people who try to broker the project to the developers, and a lot of them are on the platform. So you need to be aware of the fact that when you talk to the candidates or when you talk to the freelancer, you need to make sure that he knows better than you. And number 5 is, of course, to insist to do project based rather than the hourly basis. As I explained to you earlier, effort will always exceed the estimate. So you have to be aware of this when you want to hire freelancers to work on your projects. And number 6, don't fall for the drama when hiring. And if you hire freelancers from India and Pakistan, you will hear a lot of drama stories like their computers are broken down or the electricity run out or something like that. Sometimes they will demand to release the fund before the project completes. And I would suggest you to withhold the fund unless the project is successfully completed. Otherwise, when people get paid, chances are that they will not pay as much attention to your project as they should, and you will have to find some other ways to motivate them to get things done for your project. And the last point is beware of the middleman, because there will be people who will propose for your projects, and essentially they will get a project from you and they will hire someone else at a lower cost. When this happens, the quality of work that you get tends to be pretty low because the middleman doesn't really understand the technical requirements and the developer doesn't really get to know your requirements clearly. That's why it usually ends up in a bad quality outcome. So you need to be aware of this. So in the next video, we will discuss how to market your product and services to the market. So I'll see you in the next video.